Hi everybody, my name is Nicola and welcome back to my channel. I blog over at frugalcottage.com all about budgeting, money saving and investing and lots of different things in between. And if you're new here, then hello, thanks for joining me. And if you're not new here, then hello and it's nice to see you again. So another week is over and it's time for a budget update and then cash envelope stuffing. So I'll do the budget update first. This budget planner is available on my site. I will leave a link below to that if you want to download it. Here we go, so January. So first I'll show you my no spend day tracker. Now if you don't know, and again I'll leave a link down in the description box to this video, I'm doing a no spend year this year, and obviously January needs to get off to a good start. And I have to say I'm quite happy with how January is going so far. I feel much more kind of in control of our finances, and I also feel like my kind of impulse buying of things is very much under kind of control at the moment. I'm up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm up to 13 no spend days so far, and the date today is the 19th, so it could be better I suppose. Today will be a spend day. I've got to do the food shop. I need to get petrol. It's the kind of the day for those things. But then the rest of the week I'm hoping that they will all be no spend days. And I am quietly confident at this stage now that I will hit my aim, which was 20 for the month, but we shall see. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But that's looking good. And then again, because I'm doing a no spend month and no spend year, my expense tracker is really small by this stage. So we're halfway through the month already. More than halfway through the month, and at the moment I've only used this much of my expense tracker. Now in the budget planner there are 3 pages for expense trackers, and I'll be totally honest, most of the time I get onto the 3rd page by the end of the month. Now I know we're not there yet, but I don't see that happening in January this time, so that's good. And you can see that I now only have 4 variable expense categories anyway. And you can see that they're all being used now, some more than others. But yeah, it's going really well at this point. I'm really pleased with this. Had a bit of I forgot that I needed to get my eyes tested, so I had to have a bit of an emergency appointment in the week at Specsavers. So the spend, where was that? This here, on the 15th, was like an unexpected spend day. I thought that was going to be another no spend day, but it wasn't. But that is totally my fault for being unorganised and not opening letters when they send them. I'm really bad at that. So anyway, we'll turn over. So see, look, there's the other expense tracker pages that are just not necessary at the moment, which is great. And then the weekly check-in. Now if I zoom in, my camera might not like this. So the weekly check-in for week 2, I spent £41.59 on food this week, which is really good for us. I'm really pleased with that number. So in the food budget I still have £147.83 remaining, which at this stage is great. Miscellaneous £31.15, that does include that Specsavers spend and I like to pay for parking, but I still got £43.63 left. I think the miscellaneous one will be the one we get kind of close to, if not overspending at this. Petrol £23.73, so I've got £105.52. And then children, I didn't spend anything on the children's budget this week, so that stays at 0. And we've still got £82 left for them. And I don't think we have anything particularly planned this week for that. So in terms of what's remaining so far, that's looking pretty good, really good. And I think, I don't know, someone was saying, is January the easiest month to do this because it kind of feels like a fresh start? And in some ways I agree that January is probably easier to kind of rein back the spending, especially after December is such a spending month for most people. But I do feel like it's helpful, and it is helping me anyway. So I'm really pleased with that so far. I've not filled in anything else in here. I've not filled in the bill tracker. I've not Now the extra income page, actually, I don't put blog stuff or online stuff on here. This is things like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, stuff like that, and there's nothing on there. The savings aim, can I zoom back out? Savings, I've not put anything in savings yet. I tend to do that when I get paid. I kind of tend to swipe that across. And then that's on the last day. So that's the budget for now. It's looking really good so far. So we'll move on to the cash envelope system. You can see I've got my cash at the ready. And as always, I'll leave a link to the binder and the cash envelopes in the description box. So the only 4 I'm using this time are these 4. So I'm going to leave, because I'm not using them this year, which feels weird, I'm going to leave the eating out and the clothes one in there. So I don't need to talk about those. Now firstly, there are a couple of envelopes with some money left in. So the food envelope, because our food envelope was so, not food envelope, because our food spend was fairly low this week, there's some left. Now I've taken out like the 1p, 2p, 5p, all the annoying bits of change and put them in my change jar. So, but there's still in here £24.50, which is a great amount to kind of roll over to the next week. And our freezer is pretty empty, so I'm going to try and do a bit of a top-up shop this week. So that this extra money for that will come in handy. The petrol has nothing in it, never does. The miscellaneous has a whole 50p left. Again, because I've taken out the random bits of change and left that. And then the children doesn't either. Although I'm not sure why, because I haven't used the children's budget this week. I didn't spend anything on them. I reckon that my husband has borrowed that for something. I'll have to ask him. But that's empty anyway. So in terms of cash envelopes, we'll start with the food one. So like I said, there's already £24.50 in there, and I am going to use that to kind of stock up on some things that we ran out of. And that will come in handy. So for this week, I'm going to add £60 to the food cash envelope. So £60 plus the £24.50 that's in there gives me £80 and £84.50. Now I can't remember the last time I spent £80 in 1 week on the food shop in a supermarket, because that's where I do our food shop. However, that will be helpful in terms of even things like having like a frozen pizza on standby, or some frozen chips, or chicken nuggets, or you know, the kind of things that instead of get a takeaway, which we're not doing, are things that if you're really tired and you've got home from work after a long day, busy day, it's just something easy just to shove in the freezer. Or even things like I might buy things like a larger thing of mince and do some batch cooking and then freeze that, just so we've got some more things to have kind of in. But obviously that costs slightly more. So yeah, and I'm going food shopping this afternoon, so we'll see how that goes. So there's £84.50 in the food envelope. Petrol, actually there was some change in this, and a £5 note. Now I'm doing a £5 savings challenge this year, so the £5 note that was left in here has gone to that in my little savings jar for that. I will do an update that soon, but maybe not too soon actually. But I do share more about that on my Instagram stories if you follow me over there, and the link for that is down below if you want to follow me on there. And the change just went in the change jar. So petrol, as per usual, is going to get £40. And if I don't spend the £40, although petrol prices are going up again, so I might do, we'll see, it might even give me another £5 to put in my challenge. Is anyone else doing the £5 challenge? I'll leave a link to the video about that below. It's such an easy way of saving. But there you go. So £40 goes in the petrol envelope. And then miscellaneous has got 50p in, which isn't going to get me too far. Now I do know that this week I need to buy dishwasher tablets. I need to buy some cat food. I need to buy some kind of body wash for the kids. I get them like a sensitive skin one. So all those things I know I need to get. So I'm going to put £20 in the miscellaneous envelope. And knowing how expensive dishwasher tablets are, for example, and I tend to get the biggest bottle of this body wash that I can get, because then it lasts quite a while. And again, like I said in the my how to save money on food video, sometimes if you can get the bigger version of something, it works out better in the long run, so I tend to try and do that. So the £20 going in there, I think that will probably, the majority of that will go this week, like it did last week with the 50p left. I do think that will go, but that's okay, that's what it's there for, I suppose. So miscellaneous, £20 and then 50p left over, and then the children's envelope. I need to figure out where that's gone, because I can't, how much did I even put in this last week? It was either £10 or £20, so my husband must have borrowed that for something, which is, you know, which is fine. I'm trying to think if we did anything. But anyway, this week I'm going to just put £10 in there. I think we're going to go to the park on Wednesday, and then go for a bit of a walk on Tuesday, and then that's it for the rest of the week, I think. So I don't envisage spending on them this week. But it's always, I feel weird. To begin with, I wasn't going to put anything in the children's envelope at all. I was just going to leave this blank. Not blank, I was going to leave it empty. And then it felt a bit weird to not put anything in their kind of budget for the week, because, you know, I don't know, it just felt a bit strange. So I changed my mind and I'm going to put £10 in there. And if I don't spend it, then it should it should stay in there, although it disappeared last week, so I wonder what he spent that on. Anyway, so £10 goes in there. So they're the 4 cash envelopes I have for this week. And by this afternoon, 3 of those will be pretty much empty. The only one I don't take to the supermarket is the children's envelope. Because things like nappies, for example, because we still buy those for our youngest, come out of the miscellaneous budget. Children, so, you know, they do kind of overlap a bit, I suppose. But that's just how I work my budget. You work yours how you want to. And that's it for this video. Like I said, I'm really pleased with how the budget is looking so far. I'm hoping to not go over any category out of the 4 variable expenses, but you never know. And then the cash envelope system, you know, I go on about this all the time to anyone who listen, just how much I love this system and love how it helps me not to spend. And I know for some people having loads of cash it is easier to spend, but for me it is so much more difficult to hand over like all those £20 notes than it is to just put my card in the machine and put a PIN number in, because the physical act of handing over the money makes it seem much more real. And, you know, I do really like it, and I like these because I did try, and I've got them on my site if you want to download any. I've got some cash envelope designs on my site that you print out and then kind of glue together or sellotape together, whatever you like. But I do think I do prefer these ones with the plastic and then the zip at the top, because I think because in England we get so many more coins, they're more contained, aren't they, when they're kind of zipped in. The cash envelope systems, the printable ones, are fab and they worked really well. And in some ways the designs are nicer and they're smaller, so they fit better in things. I was finding that unless I had a separate kind of purse just for the coins, which I did do in the end, it just, I don't know, maybe I needed to figure out a better system, which then turned into this. And I recommend this to people all the time. But there we go. So that's my budget update and cash envelope stuffing for this next week.